I'm not sure what I'm doing right, but AliExpress seem to think it's something, because once again they've been in touch for a platform promotion video. And this time I decided to pick up something that could be one of the most underrated watches on the marketplace. The Pagani design PD 1821 looks like an interesting modern reimagination of a Rolex chronograph. And yes, like most Pagani watches, it offers great value. It's also a good looking thing, but it's sort of a watch without a purpose. If you do fancy picking one up, or just grabbing something else on the marketplace, there's some exclusive discount codes on the screen that should knock a decent chunk off the price. And if you want to push that a little further, AliExpress are also running a Teams Cashback Challenge, where you earn up to 10% back depending on how many people join. You can rack up points with daily stuff like signing in, browsing and placing orders. The higher the Teams point, the more cashback you get. The link to join my team is down in the description alongside the discounts. Right, let's get on with the review. Visually, I really like this one. It's simple, not trying too hard with flashy dial textures or over-the-top finishing. It just lands nicely between sporty and slightly dressed up. And it genuinely does feel like a modern take on the Rolex chronograph. More so, actually, than some of the later date-just chronographs, which feels a bit awkward, seeing as one of them is actually a Rolex. I also like that the finishing leans a bit differently than the usual formula. There's more polishing going on here, rather than the typical let's brush everything and call it a tool watch approach. It gives it a slightly cleaner, more refined look without overdoing it. Genuinely, for the money, this feels solid. It's well put together, nothing feels loose or half-baked, and yeah, it is simple, but the details that are there are actually done properly, which is more than you can say for a lot of watches at this price. As usual, I'll be giving this one away to one of my channel members, so if you fancy the chance of grabbing this and every other watch that comes in for review, there's a join button below the video. And while you're down there, a like and subscribe would be amazing. Right, specs. It has a 40.5mm almost fully polished stainless steel case with a 49.5mm lug-to-lug, but with a fairly slim 12mm thickness including the sapphire crystal and screw-down display case back. Up top it has a flat sapphire crystal with a bit of AR coating. There's also a screw-down crown so you get 100 metres of water resistance, and it comes on a solid Jubilee style bracelet with screwed links. And a mill clasp with 3 micro-adjust holes. Inside it's running the Seagull ST16 with 21,600 vibrations per hour, similar to the Miyota 8000 series. It's nothing exciting, but at least it's automatic. It also has a great looking ceramic bezel, which sounds good, and we'll come back to that later, because I genuinely can't figure out why anyone thought this bezel was a good idea. But at around 80 quid, on paper, it's a decent spec list. Whether that actually means anything in the real world, we'll see. The case shape is the standard oyster style thing we've seen on loads of Pagani designs over the years. But I was kind of hoping this one would come in a bit smaller. Listings have it anywhere between 39mm and 42mm, but I'm measuring it at about 40.5mm, and you do feel it. It just comes across a bit oversized for what it is. Ideally, this should be a 39mm watch. That said, I'm glad it's not the 42mm version I could have ended up with. The finishing though is genuinely very good. It's almost entirely polished across the top and sides, which gives it a much dressier feel than you normally get with this kind of watch. It's different, but it's not overdone either. The bracelet and bezel pull it back just enough so it still works as something that you can wear casually or slightly dressed up. The downside though, is an absolute fingerprint magnet. And scratches? Yeah, I've managed to pick up a few just wearing it for a couple of days, which tells you everything you need to know. Now, the bezel. It looks great, nice and thin, which gives it a slightly retro feel, and the black ceramic keeps it modern enough that it doesn't feel like your granddad's watch. Visually, there's no complaints, but there is one fairly big problem. Pagani call this the pediograph. Clearly a nod to the Rolex chronograph, a watch known for having a bi-directional rotating bezel that sort of sits between the Datejust and something like a Submariner or Yachtmaster. So naturally, you'd expect this to do the same. But it doesn't. It's completely fixed. you've still got all the dive style cues, the 5-minute markers, the triangle, the Lume pip, but it just doesn't move at all. It just feels pointless. Like the idea was there and then someone just stopped halfway through. Yeah, I should have read the listing more carefully, but let's be honest, most people are going to see that and assume that it turns. It's a shame because at this point this was shaping up to be a really solid watch. But flip it over and it has a display case back showing the Seagull ST16, and to be fair, it's not a bad looking movement. Certainly nicer than the usual back of the washing machine look you get from something like the NH35. It has hacking and hand winding, it's cheap to replace if anything goes wrong, and realistically, we're probably going to start seeing more of these as NH35 prices creep up, and Miyotas aren't exactly getting any cheaper either. I do like that Pagani have started adding a custom rotor as well. It's a small thing, but it makes it feel a bit less generic. It's slightly more their own, which is not something you say about Pagani very often. So yeah, the case is a kind of 90-10. The problem is that 10% is doing a lot of work, and for some people, it probably drags the whole thing closer to 50-50. The dial is nice and simple. It has a pretty strong radial sunburst effect across the deep blue backdrop, and honestly, with the amount of textured dials and random materials AliExpress brands are throwing at watches lately, it's quite refreshing to go back to something this clean and classic. The applied batten markers are simple but well set, and they suit the overall style of the watch perfectly. And it's the same with the hands, just straightforward stick hands, but they're nicely finished for the price and keep that slightly dressier feel going. I also like the little flashes of red used around the dial. You get it on the seconds hand, the automatic text and even the date wheel, which does make the whole thing feel a bit more thought through rather than just sticking a random colour on for the sake of it. Although, I'm not fully convinced by the actual shade of red they've used. And this is probably the graphic designer in me overthinking things, but the contrast between the blue and red feels slightly off. They don't quite complement each other properly, and I honestly think something slightly more orange toned would have worked much better here. It's not a deal breaker by any means, it still looks good, but it's just one of those little details you start noticing the longer you wear it. It does also come in green, which looks fairly nice as well, but honestly, I'd have loved to have seen this in black or silver too. I just think either of those would have worked perfectly with that black bezel. And the Lume is typical Pagani design. Very, very good for the money. You get a nice C3 glow on the hands and markers that's pronounced and long lasting. Plus the pip marker in BGW9 that looks great. Although, with that fixed bezel, it's a bit pointless. If I'm being critical, the hands are ever so slightly weaker than the markers, but not by enough for it to really matter. On the wrist, and I genuinely think this one looks great. It does wear slightly bigger than I'd ideally want, but not enough to really bother me. It still sits nicely, and because the bezel is fairly thin, it doesn't visually dominate the wrist as much as the measurements might suggest. And honestly, this is usually the sort of sizing I like anyway. Slightly oversized, but still comfortable enough to wear day to day. Comfort-wise, it's very good. The 5-link bracelet definitely helps with that, because it wraps around the wrist much nicer than some of the stiffer oyster-style bracelets Pagani usually throws on things. And to be fair to Pagani, the bracelet itself is decent. It's well machined, nicely finished, has screwed links, solid end links, and overall it feels like a bracelet they've actually put some effort into. That's one thing I'll give Pagani credit for actually. They really seem to cheap out on the important bits. Even on their cheaper watches, you still tend to get sapphire crystals, screwed links, ceramic bezels and fairly decent finishing, whereas some brands would happily remove half of that and then blame rising costs for it. The clasp is okay as well. It's nothing special, but nothing that really stands out as bad either. You only get 3 micro-adjust holes, which seems a bit limited, but because the links are fairly short, I can't imagine many struggling to get a decent fit from it. So overall, this really should be an easy watch to recommend, because for around 80 quid, this generally does look and feel more expensive than it is. The finishing is good, the bracelet's decent, and the dial looks great, and overall, it just feels like a well-sorted watch. But that bezel, I just can't get past it, because visually it looks brilliant, but the second you realise it doesn't actually rotate, the whole thing starts feeling a bit daft. Every time I look at it, part of my brain still expects it to turn. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe,